Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are diving deep into the NodeJS streams again, but we'll be having a twist here. We are not just going to use them, we are going to build our own very custom writable stream from the scratch. Up to now, we have used our the NodeJS streams, but we will try to develop the own streaming thing. By the end of this video, you will understand how writable streams work under the hood, how to implement one using the JavaScript classes. Let's try to see it, and how to handle important events like drain and error correctly. We'll try to see it. So this one will be two sections in the video. So let's get right into it. So first of all, we'll try to set up the environment. So for this one, what I will try to do it is, so here I will create a new folder. So new directory. So this one will be a custom writable. Okay, so this one is a custom writable. And in this one, I will create a new file that is nothing but custom writable.js file. Custom writable.js file. So this is our custom file. Fine, done. Okay. So now what I want to do it is, so in this one, so this is our thing, right? To build a custom writable string, first of all, we need to import the writable class from the NodeJS stream module. So here constant is equal to require of stream. So we are importing it from the stream. So here you will be having the writable. So not only the writable, you will also have a readable, and also you will be having the duplex, and also you will be having the transform. So these are all the things you will be having. You will be having it, but this time we are concerned only with the writable thing. So there are 4 primitive types of the streams in Node.js, as I already told you: writable, readable, duplex, and transform. So we will explore each of these things in the future videos, but now in this video we will target only about the writable string. So we are trying to write about the writable. So whenever you are trying to create a writable stream, so we will be having a file, and using that file handle we will create the writable stream using create write stream, right? So under the hood it will be using this stream only, but there we are using the FS promises and we are trying to do it. But under the hood it will require the streams and it will try to do it. But here I am trying to use the writable stream. Okay. So for writing our custom writable class, so first of all we need to define our custom class. So that is nothing but class file write stream. Okay, and this should extend the writable. So if you want to use this one, so we need to do it like this. So this is our first one. So here you need to have a constructor. Okay. So here you can pass the options. So here I will be passing the first one is the high watermark. Okay. So by default I can keep it as in 16 into 1024, and the second one which I want to pass it is the file name. Okay. So these are the two things. So we need to call the parent constructor, and we need to pass the options. That is nothing but high watermark. Okay, and I will store it in the variable this dot file name is equal to file name, and I will create a file descriptor also. FD is equal to null. So which on opening this file name, it will have a unique identifier, that is file descriptor. So if you try to open the Node.js documentation, I will try to show you clearly. If I try to open a Node.js documentation, yeah. So here this is our API for stream implementers. So for example, if you go to the top here, so we have learned about the writable streams consumers thing, and also we have learned about the readable streams also. And here we need to learn about the duplex stream. I will try to explain you. So these all the things are also we have learned it. So duplex thing and all the things I will explain you. And here this is the thing, API for stream implementation. So first one we are learning about the writable stream. So this is our API for stream implementer. So we are trying to implement our own stream. So the Node stream module, which I have shown you, the stream module is designed to make possible to easily implement streams using prototypal inheritance model. So here we have written our own class that should be extended writable, and here we need to have a constructor, so which you will be having a high watermark, and also the options you can pass it. So here we are passing the high watermark. First of all, a stream developer would declare a new JavaScript class that extends to one of the 4 basic stream class like writable, readable, duplex, or stream. Make sure they call the appropriate parent class constructor. So that's it. So now we have extended our streams. So we should keep in mind what the options should be provided. These are all the things we need to do it. So now whenever you have created a writable stream, so right now we are targeting writable stream, right? So when you are trying to create a writable stream, so first and should you need to implement any of this one method. So write v or final. So the new stream class must then implement one or more specific methods depending on the type of string being created as detailed in the chart below. So that means here we need to create write one or more. So that means we need to create write ev final like this, either write or write ev or anything. So we need to implement any one of the methods or all the methods. So for reading and writing means we need to do it all these things. For right now we are concentrated on this one. So let's try to see. So the implementation code for a stream should never call the public methods intended by used by the consumer. So I will try to show you this one. So you should never call these events and all those things. I will show you these all the things. I will try to explain this one. So that's it. So now we have created our constructor. So in our code, if you try to see, we have created our constructor. So we have sent the high watermark. So that is nothing but the maximum size of the internal buffer for the writable stream. And also we are sending the file name, so which we are trying to store it in our property. So fine. So the second thing which I want to tell you is that, so a few things must be remembered to note when creating a custom stream class is, so we need to use the super method to call the parent constructor. So I told you, right, don't manually emit the built-in stream events like drain, error or finish. So these are the things we have learned. If you try to check it on our thing, so if you try to check it, so here in our code, in the writable, if I open this write more.js file, so here we have used this drain, finish, these all the events comes under writable streams, right? We should never call these things in the built-in streaming events. Like in this class, you should never call those drain, event, error or finish these things. And also we should not override the write method. So you should not write this write method directly. Instead of this one, we should write the underscore write. I will try to show you that one. So the write method, we should not directly override the methods like stream methods will be there, right? Stream.write, stream.end. These things we should not override it directly. Instead of that one, we should override using the underscore write. So these things I will try to explain you. So these are the main things which you need to consider while we creating our own streams. So implementing the construct method. So the next one which I would try to explain you is the construct method. So for many simple cases, it is possible to create a stream without relying on the inheritance. So now here, so what you need to do is, so we will be having a construct method. So this construct method is called just after calling the constructor. So just after calling the constructor immediately, so this construct method will be called. So this is the one thing which you need to consider. So this construct method will be having underscore construct. Okay. And this one will have a callback. So this one will have a argument that is nothing but callback. Okay. So this is how the syntax will be. So here you'll be able to see the construct and you'll be having a callback. So here whatever the initialization and all those things you want to do it, so here you can do it. Normally what we will be trying to do it is, so here we will be trying to open the file and we will try to do it. So here what we can do, so we got the file name, right? So here you can create fs.open. Okay, so for this one what I can do it is, so here constant fs is equal to require of fs. So I will be using the fs here. So this is the callback version. So fs.open, and here I will be passing the file name. So I am using the file name and I will be opening in the write mode. So now here you will be having a callback method, that is nothing but error, and also you will get a file descriptor. So now you got the file descriptor. So just you can tell it. So if an error is there, so we will try to capture that one. So this dot fd is equal to fd. So we can capture that fd and I am trying to store it the file descriptor. That's it. This is where you initialize your file descriptor. If fs.open fails means, so then if error, so if any error is there means, then we need to do some action. Okay, or otherwise we can do it like this. So now that is about this one. So now must and should we need to call the callback thing. So if you don't call the callback thing means nothing happens. So it will not go to the next one. So must and should. So for example, let's say that here finish it, right? So here you need to call the callback. And if an error occurs means, then we need to call again the callback, but you need to send the error inside this one. So it will take, everything will be taken care by the stream. So every time whenever you are trying to do it, so whenever the construct is there means, at the end it should call the callback method. So otherwise the stream will not go into the next method. So that is the thing. The callback here is super important. We need to consider it. If you delay calling it, say with a set timeout or something like that, node will buffer incoming chunks until it is called. This is how back pressure is managed. So here you need to call the callback method. So must and should you need to call it. Somehow you need to call it. If an error occurs means you need to pass that error as an argument to the callback. So fine. So now we have constructed and all those things we have done, right? So let's try to create test this stream. So I will try to create a file. So there is nothing but constant stream is equal to. So we'll try to do it in the next video, this one all. So this is the basic things about the constructor and also the underscore construct. So these are the basic things which you need to understand. So we have created our file stream. So what we have did here, in order to recap once again, so we have used the stream, we have imported the stream, and in that one we have taken the class writable. So whenever you want to try to implement your own stream means, so we need to extend the writable, and this is our constructor. So whenever you create an object for the while stream means, so here you will be creating the constructor will be executed. So first and should you need to call the parent constructor, and here I am storing the file name and also the file descriptor. So underscore construct it will be executed soon after the constructor has been done. So in this construct it will have an argument that is nothing but a callback. So now whenever here we are trying to open the file name in the write mode. So if an error occurs means we need to send that error to the callback. If everything goes well means, so then here you need to store the file descriptor and you need to call the callback. Here calling the callback is super important. Why? Because if you don't call the callback means it will not go to the next step. So it will wait, the stream will wait until the callback is called. So that's why you need to call the callback. So that's it guys about this one. So now what we will be trying to do it is, so here common mistake is you should never emit the internal events like drain yourself. So node handles this automatically. So don't override the write, always use the underscore write method. So these things I will try to explain you. So that's it guys about this one. So hope you understood about this. So in this video I helped you understand streams better. So subscribe for more content like this and leave a comment if you want a full series on NodeJS internal, something like that. So thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one. Happy coding. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So in this video we will try to enhance this custom writable stream. We'll try to do it. So we have created our constructor method and also the construct method also has been completed. So now whenever you want to use this our custom writable stream, then what you will try to do here, let's try to say that. So here you will write in such a way that constant, so you will write stream is equal to, normally the file which you are trying to open it, you will try to open it here and you will try to create a write stream. So instead of doing that one, what we will try to do, so just directly we will use file write stream and we will pass the file name. So file name is ours is test.txt file. So let's say show. So this is our write stream. So now, so we have created our write stream. So immediately the constructor and construct will be open. So now, so whenever you want to write it, so you need to call the method stream.write. So here you need to send the buffer data. So buffer dot from, here you can write this is the sample text. Let's say show. So normally this is our sample text, and here whatever the stream you are trying to write it, you will try to write it here. So now whenever you are trying to call this write method, so here what will be the method it will be executed. So here normally the writable inside this one you will be having a write method, it will be executed. So normally if you want to write your own custom means, so here what you need to do is we need to implement the write method here. So in this one it will take the three parameters, that is nothing but chunk and also the encoding, and the last one is the callback. So callback is the must and should we need to do it. So here we got the chunk. Okay, so if you try to check the chunk for this one, so let's try to console.log of chunk, so whether we are able to receive it or not. So if you go into here and if you try to run this custom writable string, so node custom, here you'll be able to see that we got a buffer. Okay, so we got the buffer. So we got only one buffer. So why we got only one buffer? So that is nothing but, so this is the matter, this is the content we got it, but remaining two buffers didn't get executed. So why? Because so here when the write is finished, our logic and everything, whatever the logic we are trying to write it, whenever it is finished, so we need to must and should we need to call the callback. I told you, right? So we need to run the callback, then only the second stream.write will be taken into consideration. Now if you try to see here, see this time 3 buffers has been came. So that means here whenever you are trying to call the write method, so underlying this underscore write method will be executed. So the chunk and the callback we need to call it. So here what we need to do, so normally here we need to write it to our screen. So here what I can do here, whenever I am trying to write it, fs dot write of, so we need to pass the this.fd file descriptor, and also we need to pass the chunk. Okay, so whatever the chunk we are having it, I will try to pass it here. Okay, so now what I can do here, we will be getting the error, and here console.log of error. So just we are trying to do if any error is there. So just we have written it like this. Now whenever you are trying to write the node here, so now we got the null here. So but now this error is there, right? So we got the null error, we didn't get any error. Now if you try to open that text, if you try to see here the test.txt file, so here you'll be able to see the only one time it has been written. So why? Because so this one why it has been written like this is, so why it has been written is, let's try to check it. So whether we haven't written the callback, I think so. Okay, we have to call the callback. So callback, let's try to check it now. I will run the node.js here. So now 3 times null has came. Okay, let's try to open this one. See here, this time this has written 3 times this one. But here we are trying to implement the stream concept, but here the handling of the back pressure and all those things is not really happened. So whenever you are trying to send the content, automatically we are trying to write it into the file. So this is not an ideal behavior. So we need to handle the back pressure and the memory usage. So if you are having chunk of file, large GB of file, means the same thing which you are trying to do it instead of doing it with the streams concept. So for this one, what I will try to do it is, so here I will try to maintain a this dot chunks is equal to an empty array. I will maintain it, and I will get the chunk size also. This dot chunk size is equal to 0. So this is our chunk size and this is the chunks. So here I will try to check it. Okay, whenever you are trying to write it, so here I will try to push that chunks dot push. We are having an array, right? So I will push that one into the chunk. Okay, and I will try to calculate the chunk size plus is equal to, and I will try to get the chunk dot length. So that one will be chunk dot length. So we got the chunk size and chunk length, and here I will try to check it with the if this dot chunk size is greater than or equal to this dot writable, sorry, this dot writable high watermark. If it is greater than equal to writable high watermark, means then I need to write this entire thing inside this one. Okay, so then only I need to, until then I will try to save it in the chunks in the memory, in the buffer only I will try to save it. So here if not of error, if error is there means, so if error is there means, then I will try to return callback of error. I will pass the error so that it will throw the error, or otherwise what I will try to do, I will try to make the chunks size to 0, and I will try to make the chunks this dot chunks to empty array. Okay, and the callback we will call it, and if it is not happening means, just we will try to store it in the chunks and we will call the callback. Okay, so we are not writing into the file. So whenever the data we got it, we will try to write it in the file. So now let's try to execute this one. So if I try to execute this code, what will happen? So nothing is happening, and if you try to see here, the entire content has gone. So now the file has not written anything. Still we are trying to send the buffer data, but the content is not writing. So this is happening because what is happening is, so but we haven't reached the high watermark. Why? Because here we are having only 3 contents of text is there. We haven't reached the high watermark. So because of this reason we are able to see it. So here I will try to console.log this dot chunk size. Okay, and here I will try to do console.log this dot writable high watermark. So let's try to check these two things, so whether we have reached it or not. And if I go here and if I try to do the same thing, see here the chunk size is getting on updating, but our writable watermark is 16,384. That means around 16 KB. So but we haven't filled it, so that's why it is not writing into the file. So now here what we need to do it is, so at the end when it is finished, okay, so at the end when it is finished, so here we will be having a method that is nothing but underscore final, okay, so underscore final, and here this one you will be able to get it. So if you try to read the documentation for this one, so let me read the documentation for this one. So if you try to read the documentation, you will be having an underscore final. The final method must not be called directly. It may be implemented by child classes, and if so, will be called by the internal writable class methods only. The optional function will be called before the stream closes, delaying the finish event until callback is called. This is useful to close resources or write buffer before a stream ends. So here this one will contain only the callback. So what we can do here, so this one will take the callback, okay, and here we need to write the fs.write. So why? Because so whenever we are trying to close this session, so we need to call it here fs.write of error, okay. So now we are having the chunk. Oh sorry, we should not write the chunk here. So the complete chunks we need to write it. So here we need to write in such a way that buffer.concat. So we need to make it like this, buffer.concat of this dot chunks. So enter thing I will be writing. Why? Because last the chunk will be written here. So now here this dot chunks. In the same scenario we need to copy this one fs.write, okay, so you will not get the chunk here. So fs.write, so this is the thing which we will try to do it, and here, so now what we will be trying to do here in this one, so if error is there means just you will return callback of error, okay, and if nothing is there means then what you will try to do, so here you will try to just callback, so just you will send the callback, okay, that's it. So now if you try to check the custom writable, so here we are able to get it, but if you try to see the output for this one, still we are not getting it, okay. So why we are not getting this one is, so final, in order to get this final, so at the last when your stream is finished we need to call with an end, okay, so then only this final callback will, this final method will be called. Now if you try to run this one, so now here if you try to see the output, see this time the content has been written. So this is how we will be implementing our custom thing. So custom class will try, custom writable class will try to implement. So here if you try to recap what we have did it, whenever you are trying to write the stream.write, so the custom write method, so the write method will be executed, and here I am trying to check the chunk size, so that if it reaches the high watermark then we are trying to write it into the file, and we are making the chunks empty and chunk size of 0. So when the stream is ended, so we are calling this final, automatically the final callback will be, final method will be called, and here I am trying to write the remaining chunks whatever it is remaining, and I will try to send the callback. So that's it guys about this one. In the next video we will try to use this custom writable stream, and we will try to implement our writemore.js file which we have did it to write the numbers. We'll try to do it in our using this custom writable class. Hope you understood about this concept. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video, and if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel leelawebdev. So in the previous video we have learned about the custom writable stream. So let's try to enhance this a little bit. So we have implemented our construct method and also the write method, and also the final method also has been implemented, and here we are trying to write some data, and when the stream is finished, so we are trying to tell that stream is finished. So here the final is there. So if you try to open this one and if you try to run this one, so stream is finished it is saying, so fine. But here we have not an issue. So here we need to close the file when the stream is finished. So how we can close the file? So here in this finish we cannot able to access the file. So how we can finish it is, so we have another method that is nothing but destroy, okay. So this is the destroy. So if you try to open the NodeJS document, I will try to open it in the Chrome. I will take this Chrome. Let's open the Chrome, and here you will be having the NodeJS, and in this NodeJS if you go to the docs, and here you will be having the stream, and if you go to the writable streams, and duplex streams, and here stream implementers, implementing a write stream, and here you will be able to see a destroy, and the destroy is taking error and also a callback. Okay, fine, let's go here and implement the error and a callback. So we need to call the callback here. So now if this dot fd is there, okay, if this dot fd is there, then I would try to close f dot close of this dot fd, and you will be getting an error here, and in this error, so I will return the callback, of error. Okay, or otherwise else means then you can just call the callback. Okay, nothing is there. So that's it. So we have implemented our destroy method. So let's see that whether the destroy method is coming or not. So console.log destroy. So fine, let's go here and we'll try to do this one. So stream is finished and also it is destroyed. So now here we are able to successfully implement our custom writable stream. So now this one we can use it in anywhere in our when we are trying to write the writable streams, we can use it anywhere. For example, let's say that we have implemented our writemore.js file, right? So this is our writable stream, so which we have created. So we have created a write stream, and I was trying to do the loop, and I am sending it to the stream.write and everything. We are sending it on the drain. I am stopping it here on the drain. I am trying to do it, right? So this entire thing we can take the code and we can implement with our own custom file stream. So here I would try to paste it. Okay, so this paste thing is finished. So if I come down, so this is our async, and there is no need to open, and there is no need to use the NodeJS create write stream. So here you can use the file write stream of file name. We need to send the file name, and that is also test.txt, and almost it was same. Okay, so here I have implemented it. So let I is equal 0 before buffer.end stream write many j is equal 1 and drain and everything. So this everything is correct, and file handle, there is no need to do the file handle, and finish is done. So that's it. So this like this we can implement it. Now if you try to see the output for this one, so let's try to see this one. So it is trying to write the buffer here. So this is all coming, how many times the stream is trying to write it. So here somewhere we have written this one, right? So draining, how many times it is trying to drain. So this is how we can do it. 236 drains it has been done. So for example, let's say that here how many writes it is trying to do it means. So here we can take it this dot writes count, this dot writes count is equal to 0, and here you can take it with so when we are trying to write it means, so here when we are writing this one, or otherwise we can do it here. Okay, so we can do this dot writes count plus plus, that's it, finish. And when this entire thing is finished, when this entire finish means, so here I will try to write console.log this dot writes count. Okay, and here I will try to remove this buffering and all those things. So just I don't want to use this j. So now if I try to show you, so then it's just started. So here the same 237 you are able to see it, right? The same 237 it is printing. So this is how you will be able to see the writes count also. So whenever the buffer is getting full, then only it is trying to write the buffer. So now, so we have implemented our own thing. Okay, now let's try to see the memory pressure, how it is handling the memory pressure. So if you go to the task manager, okay, I will try to take the node, and this time I will give some little bit bigger, okay, 0 and 0. And here in our task manager, let's go to our node custom writable.js file, and here I would try to search the node, and here you will be able to see the memory is only, it's taking 40 MB. So it is around 40 MB it is taking. So it may take some time to run it, but it is not exceeding the memory. So the memory is in control. So here 2678, and it has been gone. So that means it is taking around what I mean to say is memory 40 MB it is taking. The execution time it is taking 13 seconds. So don't think that it will take 13 seconds. So it depends on the system and the number of cores and the type of process it is running in the backward by the OS. So my system is little bit slow, so that's why it is taking so much time. For you it will be finished in milliseconds only. That's not a problem. There is no need to worry. There are multiple processes that are running in my system, and the execution time is also taking less only, and the memory usage is also taking less only, and the CPU usage is also less only. So this is how we will be maintaining. So this is how we will be writing our custom writable class stream in the Node.js. So here what we have did, so we have used our write stream and we have used fs, and we have created a class which is extending writable, and this is the constructor, and this is the under construct method, so which will execute immediately after the constructor initialization is completed. So here whatever the state initialization and all those things you want to do, it means you need to do it in the construct, and this is the main method, write method, so which you are, whenever the stream.write is executing, so this is the method which will get executed. And here the underscore final also we are trying to do it, and here underscore destroy, so this one will be executed at the time, so when the stream has been finished. And this final means when you are trying to call the stream.end, then this final will be executed, and at the last, so you will be able to get a finish event. So here this finish event will be executed. So don't ever call here the event listeners like this.emit or something like that. That is not a good practice. That's a bad practice. So here if you go to here, so let's try to check the implementing our own writable stream. So what are the things implementing a writable stream? So here if you try to check it, so we have used this underscore construct with a callback, and we have used underscore write with the chunk encoding callback also we have used it. So write ev also is one of the things, something like an write only. So here destroy we have seen it, final we have seen it, and errors also we can able to handle it, and they have given one example. So decoding buffers they are trying to give it. That's it, finish. So now we are going into the readable stream. So this is how we will be implementing our own writable stream. Hope you understood about this concept. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video, and if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel leelawebdev. In today's video we are diving deeper into the Node.js streams. So always all the video we are diving. So specifically we are going to implement our own custom readable stream using the Node.js readable class. So now this builds off our last video where we implemented a custom writable stream. So if you haven't seen it, so I will link up it here so that you can check it, that one. But today's it is all about reading the data from a file through a stream we create ourselves. So let's not waste any time, let's jump into it. So let's go here, and I will be trying to create a new folder that is nothing but custom readable. So here it's a new directory. It got stuck, I don't know. So let's try to right click again, new directory, and there is nothing but custom readable. Okay, so I will be creating a file that is nothing but new file custom readable.js file. That's it. So this is our custom readable file. Most of the things what you are trying to write it, everything one and the same only. So now we have created a folder custom readable.js file also we created. Let's open this file in your code editor. Now we will need a couple of node core modules, that is nothing but custom constant, so readable is equal to require of stream. Okay, so this is the stream which we need to require, or otherwise you can have it okay at the top, we got it right. So in this one you need to have only the readable. Okay, and we need to have constant fs is equal to require of fs. That's it. So these are the two things which we needed. So let's go down. So in the same scenario how you will be having, so let's start by requiring them. So now let's build our custom readable stream class. We call it as in file read stream class file read stream, and then it will extend read stream extends the readable. Okay, that's it. So now what we need to do, we are passing up now we need to create our constructor. Okay, constructor, and here I will be passing the high watermark, okay, whatever things are there, and also the file name. So I will pass the file name. So this is our constructor, and we need to call our super. There is nothing but super of high watermark. I will pass it. And what we need to do, so here we need to create our file name. This dot file name is equal to file name, and the file descriptor I will keep it as a null for the time being. That's it. So now we also store the file name and initialize the file descriptor to null. So what we need to do, just like our custom writable stream, the underscore construct method also is used here to perform async setup logic like opening a file. Let's try to implement that one also. Underscore construct. So here I would try to open a file, that is nothing but fs.open, and here I would be trying to open the file name, that is nothing but this dot file name, this dot file name, and here this one I need to open in a like this, and you will getting the error, and also the fd you will get it as a callback. Now here if error is there means, then what you need to do, so this construct will take the callback, and you need to return with a callback of error. If it is not there means, then you need to store the fd is equal to fd, then you need to call the empty callback. So this is all the common thing which you will be trying to do it. So construct is also completed. Once the file is opened, we store the file descriptor and call the callback to indicate the stream is ready. So now the another one is implementing the read method. The read of size, so this here it will be taking read with an argument of size. Method is the heart of any custom readable stream. It tells the stream how to get the data. Let's implement it. So here you will be having the read of size, okay, and this one will be our read of size. So here it will take the size of the argument. There will be no callback here. So what we will be trying to do it is, so here let's say that here I will be having a constant stream is equal to new file read stream of, so let's say that you will be passing the file name of around text dot or otherwise, okay, text.txt, okay. So you are passing a file. So here what we would be trying to do here, so stream dot on of data, if it is there means, then what you need to do here, you will get the chunk, okay, and the chunk you will be having like this, okay. So the test.txt or text.txt is from the writable, so we are having test.txt, right? Let's try to paste it here. So paste it here, and I would try to, so here I will try to close this one all, cancel and close this one all. So here it will be test.txt. So let's try to execute this one. So here I will be trying to go to cd custom readable, okay, and I will run c custom readable.js file. So here nothing is happening, okay. If I try to do console.log chunk, okay, so if I am trying to do the console.log of chunk, so now what will happen, let's try to see it. So if you try to run this one, so nothing is happening. Why? Because in the read we are not sending any data. So if you want to send any data means, just you need to push buffer dot from of, let's say, string, okay. So now you will be sending it like this data. Now if you try to run this one, see what will happen. So it is going on sending the data, right? So why? Because so whenever it is going on pushing it, again it will come to the read, so it will push it up to when it will happen. So when you are trying to push null, so when you push the null, then the stream will be stopped. So here if I try to run it, so now the stream will be stopped. So this one, that means what you need to understand here, when you are trying to implement the read method, so always when you are trying to push the data, you need to push it so that this event listener will handle the data. When you are done with the reading means, then you need to push the null. So that is one thing. So here what I would be trying to do it is, so here I will create a buffer, constant buffer is equal to, so here I will try to create a buffer and will try to send the data. So like this you will be having, for example, let's say that we can't do anything, stream.on of data, okay. So here you can go on send the data, and whenever it is finished, so we cannot do anything. So here this dot push of null. So like this only we need to take care. So null means it will not send it. And when the stream.end is finished, so stream.on of end, so when it reaches the end, so then you can say that console.log streaming is done. So this is the thing. So here if you try to check it, so you will be able to see directly the streaming is done. Why? Because so we are not able to read the data. So here if I try to run it, console.log reading means, so here if I try to show you, so streaming is done. So why? Because it is pushing the null data, so that's why the streaming.on of data is not emitting. So this is how we will be writing. So now what we need to do in this read method, so we need to read the file. Okay, we have opened the file in read mode, right? So we need to read this file. So when it reaches the end of the bytes, then what we need to do, so then we need to push the null. So then this one will be finished. So this is how we need to push it. So in the next video we will try to implement that read method, and also the destroy method also we'll try to see it, and we'll try to see at the bottom also how the reading stream will be implemented. Hope you understood about this concept. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome back to my channel, Leela Web Dev. So now we are trying to implement the read method, right? So as I already told you that read of size method is the heart of any custom readable class stream. It tells the stream how to get the data. So let's try to implement this one. So here I have told you this dot push of null means the reading of the data will be stopped until and unless when you are trying to push it all the time the read will be called. So here I can call constant of buffer. So here I will try to create a buffer and I will allocate a size of the same size which we would be trying to do it. So we need to send the data as a buffer, right? So that's why. So I would be trying to read it. Okay, fs.read, and here I need to send the file descriptor, and also here I need to tell the buffer in which it needs to fill, and 0 where it needs to start it, and the size, total size it needs to, and the position is nothing but null. So this is the thing, and here you will be able to get the error and also the bytes read. So you will be able to get the bytes read. So this is the syntax for this one. So if I try to hover here, you will be able to see fd buffer offset length, the total length how much it needs to take. Offset is nothing but 0, length, and the position, read position from where we need to. Null means so from where it has been stopped it will take it. Callback is nothing but the callback. So here I can write if error is there means then I just, so here we cannot call the callback. So here we need to call the destroy. So automatically it will be destroyed. So error, so we can send it with an error. And if nothing is there means then what you need to do, so if here you need to see that bytes read. So if anything has been read or not, if bytes read is greater than 0, so that means something content has been read. So then what I need to do here, I need to push this dot push off. So here we need to sometimes we have seen in our readable stream, sometimes we are getting the null values. Why? Because for example let's say that here by default readable stream, sometimes we will be getting the null values at the time, right? For example, let's say that here we know that the readable stream has an internal buffer of around 64 KB. Let's say that this file size is around 16 KB only. So the remaining 64, in that 64 KB, remaining 40 KB or 38 KB will be filled with the null values. So null values or 0 values it will be filled. Null values only it will be filled. So in order to remove those all the things, what we need to do here, we can use a method that is nothing but the buffer which you are having it, right? So here we are having this buffer. So the buffer, so now here we need to fill it with buffer dot subarray. Okay, we can use the subarray and 0 to bytes read. So here I would be trying to delete this one all. So now I am trying to take up to the only bytes read only. So now we got it, or otherwise what you can do here, how much is there bytes is read, we are trying to push it into the buffer. We are trying to push it into the read, or otherwise, so if nothing is read means then we will be pushing only the null value so that it will be stopped. That's it. So this is the read method. So what we are trying to do here, we are trying to read the file. So with the file descriptor, buffer 0, size and null. So when we got the bytes read, so that means for example, if the file size completely bytes read means it will be 64 KB. It is greater than 0 means entire buffer will be sent. And sometimes it will be reading only 38 KB means only the buffer I am filling it with 38. And I am trying to send only the 38 only. So that is the thing we are doing it here. So here buffer dot allocate of size means, so here we are allocating a buffer of the requested size. We are calling fs.read to read the data into the buffer. If we successfully read the data, bytes read will be greater than 0. We push a subarray to the stream to avoid the trailing zeros, which we have learned it in our previous videos. If you don't have an idea, means just visit my previous videos so that you can able to understand about the readable stream and how it behaves while reading the data. So now if there is nothing left to read means, then we will push the null to signal the end of the stream. So that's it. So now what we need to do, so if you don't use a callback, we don't use a callback to report errors in read like we did in the construct. Instead we call that this.destroy of error. So now we need to clean up. The next step what we need to do is we need to clean up with a destroy method. Now let's implement the destroy method. It is called automatically when we destroy the stream manually or when an error happens. So here what I can try to do here, so underscore destroy. Okay, it has two parameters, that is nothing but error and the callback. So this one will have a callback. Now here we will be trying to do something like, if the file descriptor is available, if this dot file descriptor is available, then what we will be trying to do, so we'll close the thing, and here I will call this dot fd. Okay, and here what I can do, so we will be having a close error. So whatever the thing you will be having, so you can do it, the close error, and here I will be calling the callback with an error or close error. Okay, so whatever the error you are having it, I will be trying to send it. If the file descriptor is not there means, then I will call back of error. Okay, so whatever it may be, we will be trying to send the error, or undefined means nothing is there means nothing will be sent. So fine, so this is all the destroy method. So here we are trying to read the data, so everything is coming and we can able to see the chunk data also. So let's try to do it. So test.txt file is there, so let's see that whether we can able to read the data or not. So now we are streaming, we are listening to the data, so there is nothing but it is pushing the data, everything, and here upon finishing the streaming, so it will be done. So just run the script here. So let's go to our code here, and I will be clearing this one all. So let me maximize. Yeah, so I will be reading node custom readable.js file. So if you try to see here, the streaming is done. So all the bytes you are able to see, this all the buffer data we are able to see, and it is reading. Okay, so at the last you will be able to see 5832 bytes only read, but we will be having 16,334 bytes, right? So what is happening, the remaining bits means, so what is happening is, so remaining bits are filled with the trailing zeros. So because of that reason we are trying to use that subarray concept. So now what I will be trying to do here, so here if you want to check what is the data it is trying to get it in, so let's try to go here into our code, and here I will try to convert it into chunk.toString. Okay, by default it will be UTF-8 only. So let's try to see. If you don't, so if I try to read, see everything is getting printed. So here this is all it is getting printed. So we have printed up to around 500,000, I think, I didn't remember exactly. So 500,000 we are trying to do it. So that is the thing, it is printing it. So now you are able to see the file contents and all those things. So let's say about small details, what you don't want to miss it. So here before closing up, what I want to tell you is, we have used a subarray, buffer.subarray we have used it, 0 bytes read we have used in order to avoid the trailing null characters or empty buffer space. End event only fires when we push the null. So this end event will fire only when we push the null. High watermark, our custom stream uses the default 16 KB, but NodeJS built-in, okay, so this one will be only 16 KB, but the NodeJS built-in fs.create read stream uses the 64 KB, whereas this one is using 16 KB only. So you could modify in the constructor options, so high watermark you can modify it, that's not a problem. So that's it guys. If you want to use it in your custom stream, so for example, let's say that you are having a readable stream, right? So here if you want to use it for this read big thing, so instead of implementing the Node.js strings, if you want to implement your custom stream means, you can totally do it, just plug it into your existing pipe, everything logic, or use it to custom readable stream like we did before, everything will work. So it's not a problem for you. Okay, so now a word of caution, what I want to tell you is, before closing of this one, in production you probably don't want to reinvent the wheel. So whatever the readable and writable classes available by default with the Node.js thing, so Node.js natives create read stream and create write stream are there, so you can, it is well tested and efficient and as a battle hardened, so you can use it without any problem. By implementing our own custom readable stream is a great learning exercise first of all, and sometimes necessary for custom resources like APIs, in-memory stores or special binary formats we need it. So that's why we have learned this one. So finally, I encourage you to check out the Node.js documentation. So let's try to open the Node.js documentation. And before closing of this one, so just I will try to show you the Node.js documentation. So we are learning about the readable streams. So let's try to see stream implementers, and this is our implementer readable stream. So we have checked these all options. So if you want to send these all options, these are all the options that are available. And here, what are the methods we are having it? Underscore construct, we have learned about this one. So underscore read also we have seen about this one. Destroy we have seen. Push we have seen. So when we want to error handling and all those things, so how to handle this thing, this dot destroy. So counting stream they have given how to handle the errors and all the things. That's it. So readable stream implementing is finished. So implement duplex stream is the next topic which we want to discuss it. So it breaks down everything in the Node.js we covered today. The purpose of underscore read, push logic, proper use of destroy, and options you can pass it in the super. Everything is there. So that's it guys about this one, and that wraps up how to implement our custom readable stream in Node.js. So we have looked at file reading, memory management, internal buffering, and also the error handling. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more deep dive videos, and let me know in the comments what would you like me to cover in the Node.js. In the next video, we will move on to duplex and transform streams. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, happy coding.